Hey guys, welcome to my channel Xnyanam. This session, let's learn how do we highlight specific rows and specific columns in that case when you're presenting to your leadership team. In this example, I will give you an idea where the sales was increasing by 2000 until 2020 fourth quarter and then or probably even till 2021 second quarter and that then you can see the jump of 50,000 starting 3Q21 and so on and then it goes and then we see a drop in 2023 3Q. So now what I want to do is I want to highlight the rows where we see a huge spike. Like this one as an example, I'll highlight this in yellow and this one I'll highlight this in yellow as well. So now what did we do? We manually highlighted the records which needs an attention, right? What if I tell you that the same thing can be done automatically just by hovering your mouse and let's say you're talking about 2Q, I just click the cursor here and the record is getting highlighted to yellow or some other color which you want to wish to. So we can achieve that using a combination of conditional formatting and also using the small one-liner VBA code. Now let's try to understand how do we do that. First step, I'm going to copy or create this sheet and call it as after so that we have a copy of the log of the changes what we are doing. So I'm going to keep the formatting the same. So first step is you need to select the data, go to conditional formatting and then new rule. Under a new rule, right at the bottom you see use a formula to determine which cells to format and then you need to write the formula here. I'm going to explain this formula in a bit, but you need to write row equal to cell within the cell open to inverted comma and then type row and then close the bracket and choose the format you want to make. So if you want to create a border, you can create a border. Let me do that and let me have some more texture to that. I'll have a red outline border and I want to fill that with yellow. I click OK and then OK and then you can see the border has been highlighted. But is it doing the trick? No. It just highlighted the first two records, which is not technically which I wanted. And if I click on any other cells in the table or in the data, it's not working. So the twist here or the tweak here is you need to write a small line of code. How do we do that? Right click on the sheet and you will see an option called view code. I'm using the older version of Microsoft, but the code is the same across even for Office 365. Okay. Click on view code. It opens up the VBA window and where you can see on the top, you will see general by default and declarations to the right. The changes what you are going to make is applicable only to that specific sheet. Please make a note, this is changes are only applicable to the sheet. If you want to make the change for the entire workbook, you need to insert a module or write the code in this workbook. Okay, let's start with this. And if you click on the drop down, you see worksheet. Click on that. Don't change anything which is there on the top. In between private and the subject and the end subject, you need to write a small code called target.calculate. Hit enter and then let's go back to Excel. Keep our fingers crossed. Let me
If
try
you
to
like this
highlight
video,
and
please
there you
do
go.
like and subscribe
I
to my channel.
selected
I'll be
2021 fourth
coming out
quarter
with new
and I
updates
got
and new
highlighted.
tips and tricks,
Let me show you how
either
do I
Excel or Python.
present this to
Stay
my
tuned. Thank
leadership
you so
team.
much.
I'm going to say, sir, 2023 2Q was fine, like 2,20,000 sales we made, and then we got a drop of 1,20,000. And as soon as when I'm talking, I am clicking on that cell, so it automatically highlights that entire row or the record. You can even stretch the records to the entire rows or all the column, but I'm limiting to 4 or 5. So wherever I click, you can see the table is getting highlighted automatically. That's the beauty. Now, let's try to understand the formula. So we use two formula. One is a row. What does row do? Row will give you the row number of a particular range. So if I copy this and paste it here, are you telling me that it's going to give me 10? Yes, it does. So where is this used? This is used in indirect if you're using indirect index match formula, or if you want to create a sequence or bullet points in a numeric way, you can do that. So what happens is that if you drag this formula, automatically it creates the row number instead of you creating this manually. And then we used another function called cell. Cell is nothing but it returns the information about the location like your address, column, color, everything. And if I choose row, it just gives me 4. And what happens if I copy here? It does the same thing. So what we are doing here is that in the conditional formatting rules, we are having a formula row open parenthesis equal to cell within the bracket row. Now the question is what happens if you enter the formula equal to row open and close the bracket equal to row again, because anyways we are going to both the formula is giving the same thing, right? So that's a question to you. Like you try it out by using equal to row open and close parenthesis equal to row open and close parenthesis and let me know if that trick works. If you like this video, please do like and subscribe to my channel. Stay tuned. Thank you so much.